Sup guys, 5 a.m. I have nothing better to do except a bunch of readings. I'm gonna show you guys just a couple of matchups which I think are interesting. Okay. No, those are my previous names. So first one is we're gonna do gun versus crossbows, and we're just gonna analyze this. So it's really hard to find units that have the same amount of DPS, but with a bit of... So when you change the experience of a unit, let me just pause here. So when you change the experience of a unit, you don't increase the amount of damage the missile does. You simply change the reload speed. So for instance here I have this unit of gunners that have 22 DPS, and that's because they have 5, 7, and 9.9. And then here I have a unit of crossbows which actually do more damage. So these are repeater crossbows from the Dark Elves, and they do 11 armor piercing, and they do 3 damage a pop, but they fire 2 projectiles, and they take 12.6 seconds to reload. So they hit a little harder, it just takes them a little longer to reload, which is something you'd expect gunners to do, but it's the exact opposite. Now, these gunners, I think, have like somewhat of a unique animation in that they kind of hinder this unit's ability to fire, but I think that's unique to this one, and I have a few other tests that we could go over. So as you can see, kind of pushes them back, and I think this kind of prevents my crossbows from firing, and so you will see here how the matchup plays out. So as they keep getting pushed away, they're unable to fire, and then they just get shreked. So I ended up getting 0 kills here. Gunner just completely wiped the floor with him. So we're gonna go with gun crossbow test 2, same DPS. So let's watch this one. So this time here I wanted to try kind of how missile block chance would work. Now these units, once again, have the same DPS, and we'll just get a chance to see. So crossbows at 22, gunners at 22. This is 55 block chance. This is 30% block chance, I believe. 35. Dwarves have better shields, I assume. So we're just gonna see how this plays out. So here we once again get like no kills. Gunners just outright beat the crossbowmen, and that's simply because of the fact that they can reload faster and they can interrupt their firing. So I did make a few others. I can't believe I didn't save them. So here we're gonna do infantry crossbow versus infantry crossbow, and I've got a few others with the Empire. So we'll just see this one, how it plays out. So the thing that's interesting is you're going to see here. So the units are kind of close, just bleak swords, regular dark shards, nothing special. I don't know why the general's leading with his dark shards, kind of tilting, but whatever, because he gets the first volley off. So then I charge in, and the only thing I want to try is I want to see like the arc of fire. So as you can see, the crossbows behave kind of like bows in that they can really arc their fires. It doesn't really matter whether I win or lose here. Just wanted to show that. So crossbows have an arc of fire that is similar to how archers would. So let's see gunners now. And we're gonna do another one with I just want to see a crossbow to gun comparison in terms of damage, see how it plays out. So here you see gunners versus from the Empires. So I make the battle start, and the crossbows, I keep trying to tell them to fire the swordsman, but they can't because they're blocked in terms of the line of sight. So they keep advancing or kind of glitching out on me. They're not firing. The only ones that are able to fire are these ranks here towards this unit of handgunners, while as the rest can't. So it's fairly frustrating to try and get an arc. And this is the exact type of engagement you would expect to see if you had 2 units of crossbows or 2 units of handgunners kind of exchanging against each other. So yeah, it kind of drags on a while here because I can't fire, but he can. And this, I'm not really sure why my units aren't firing. It's also because I'm just trying to get Actually, it's just because I'm getting them to fire her. I just want to do one more test here because I'm curious. Okay. Let me just see if there was anything else I wanted to show you. Nope. Okay. So, final test. So, now I have two mods here. It's like a unit tester and just a few custom maps just to test things out. So, we are going to get, I said we wanted to do crossbow versus guns. So, let's just have a unit of Empire handgunners versus just a regular unit of Empire crossbowmen. So let's just look at the unit cards here. 18.6, 11.7, and handgunners is 517, 11.7. What was the other one? Oh, same reload speed. So this is actually interesting. This is going to be perfect. We get to see the difference. So armor piercing and kind of more generalist damage, which is really annoying that crossbows don't do as much armor piercing that they do. But there we go. Okay. Let's just play that out. One thing also I noticed that handgunners fire faster. Like, they always get the first volley off for some reason. And yeah, as you can see, they still have this like animation that kind of blocks. So maybe it's just the Empire, or maybe just all gunsmen have that. Crossbow still at 0 kills. Only got 1 so far. So handgunners just outright destroy crossbowmen. Fascinating. We didn't get, like, there weren't that many losses on either side, but I think that's kind of revealing either way. It just seems to be that I think it's just linked towards the animation, that it's not necessarily the amount of damage, because like 17 pure damage is not that different really from wait, what the hell? 18 just regular damage. And the reason why is because when you have 20 armor, your reduction is maybe like 10% or 15%. I don't know what the exact number is, but it's so low that it's almost inconsequential. So in terms of just real damage output, it could just be that like the kind of push that they give, the fact that units tumble when they're hit by a handgun. Let me just play that one more time. That the hit itself kind of blocks maybe the reload animation, like it's a mini stun. Now, obviously giving pure damage will result in more model kills. Let's just actually just stop. I want to get the first volley. I want them to get it, actually. So they need to reload their crossbows. We're gonna give them a volley. Okay, so they killed more than we did. So let's just see how this plays out. I just want to see if the units reloading get like stunned or something. Okay. Okay, he died. Jesus. I find it interesting that crossbows reload, like, quite interestingly, but the handgunners don't. Like, they just don't have a reload. It's weird. I just don't understand. So this time they won. Okay, because so it just determines by first volley, but we still got more kills than when we lost the first time. Let me I just want to see if I could just bump up the leadership. I don't want them routing. I hope their DPS is still the same. Okay, so it seems that the crossbows scale a little bit better. 9.6. Is it also 9.6? Okay, fine and fair enough. It's the same relative increase. Alright, so let's not fine. This is something really interesting. Why do I guess crossbows kind of have to. Alright, let's just go out at the same time. Okay, let me just see if I can spot it this time. Okay, that's pretty devastating. So let's see one guy that at least gets hit, but does not die. Okay, the handgun's gonna fire. Fuck, okay. He gets hit, he survives. And he just throws away the bolt regardless. Okay, so it does interrupt them momentarily, but it doesn't prevent them from doing whatever it is that they have to do. Yeah, like look at how detailed this is. Like you actually see them put a bow, an arrow in the quiver. He's been aiming for a while. Now the arrow kind of left before. The animations aren't really synced in at this speed, but I think if like he pulls back the string, pulls out an arrow, puts it on, aims for a long ass time because he's thinking, and then when he fires a shot, the arrow kind of leaves, and then the animation goes. It's kind of bugged, and then he gets fucking blown out. Yeah, it's just for the sake. So 25 kills to 35. So we've lost here. So it's just a matter of the first volley really is the significant variable here. Armor piercing or not. And it just seems that handgunners get the first shot off every time because of the fact that they have a, what's it called? A pellet or whatever. Like a ball of lead in it. Alright, let's just fast forward this. I want to do one more now. I'm actually extra curious. I want to see against bows. Oh, they have so much leadership, so they kind of stand to the end. Cool. So first volley is the most significant variable. Interesting. Let's just get. I want to get high elf archers. Just because of their. Let me think of another unit of. Actually, let's go for Bretonnia base archers because Bretonnia archers. Let's reduce the leadership. Let's just actually just get a unit of handgunners. Oops. There we go. What's the leadership? 36? God damn. I'm gonna get a reliquary. Just to encourage the mutts. Alright, little. Where is it? Where is my reliquary? There we go. Let's just give it some encouragement. Prevent them from running. I think it's, I don't remember what the exact numerical value is. Okay. It gives a total of plus 12 leadership, so it'll fix a lot of their leadership issue. Ready to loose. So as you can see, the Bretonnian peasants with bows are a little shit. Do they have a quiver? I think that's a quiver. Or just a crossbow? They just have like a bird? Oh shit. Alright, we lost 4. And what's their reload time? 9.9. Now accuracy does matter a lot in this game. And Bretonnian peasants have very, very low accuracy. So I fully expect them to lose actually. I should just go with the elvish ones. And the elvish ones seem to be the best option. I mean, Empire also has archers, but I think they're in quite loose formation. I want them to at least have something similar. So high elves it is. 60 leadership. They have the same leadership, just slightly more armor. Honestly, for 20 armor and 75 gold, I don't know. I don't think it's that worth it. As you can tell, it's still 5 a.m. where I'm at. Alright. Look at that. Look at that beauty. That's what I call discipline. Now, this is definitely a Clone Wars. So either the elves really are the like L's are either handsome or identical. This is a little bit. Now I'm playing on low just because I'm a little lazy. I like frames. Oh shit. Okay, so archers are able to throw a volley. It's just the projectile is just a little bit slower. And because they can kill fewer models because of the fact that they don't do armor piercing. It could be that because actually, here's something I just thought of. Perhaps because of the fact that when an arrow is loosed, it kind of just doesn't hit the models in front. It hits also the back models, so the DPS is kind of spread out across the unit. Whereas when you're firing a gun line in a gun, like I just caught one. When you're firing from a handgun, you're hitting more so the first 2 ranks rather than the entire unit. And so therefore your damage is far more focused in a specific area. I think that is the likeliest of options. There we go. Okay.